Roller coasters are all around the world. All of them vary in shapes, types, and sizes. Some roller coasters, however, are kind of unique. Today, I will talk about these odd or unique coasters. My name is Coaster Legend, and these are the top 10 most unique coasters ever built. Of course, there are other unique coasters, but I picked the 10 that stood out to me. Please post your thoughts and opinions in the comments below about the most unique coasters. Number 10, Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain. This CCI roller coaster operated at Indiana Beach until it closed earlier this year. This ride has cars that are enclosed. Part of this coaster takes place in the dark. Superstition Mountain was originally an electric-powered dark ride, but for 2002, CCI renovated the ride. The ride now uses an elevator lift hill. Quite a bit of people say that this ride is quite intense, for only going 20 miles per hour. The sharp turns with little banking and how it originally operated as a dark ride makes this coaster very unique to me. Number 9, Big Boom. Big Boom operates at Nasu Highland Park in Japan. The ride is 126 feet tall, 55 miles per hour, and it was manufactured by Meisho. This ride possibly has the slowest lift hill in existence. After this lift hill, the ride takes a turn and dives into its drop. This drop is almost 90 degrees. After this, the coaster flies into a huge airtime hill, followed by an extremely tight vertical loop. After this loop, the ride is pretty much done. This ride is unique because of its odd layout and unique manufacturer. This manufacturer mostly takes place in Japan, so in the United States, we don't have any coasters manufactured by Meisho. Number 8, Dekyon Live Coaster. This Gerstlauer spinning coaster is located in Japan. Riders board the cars and pull down the restraint. On this restraint, riders find a button. At the start of the ride, riders enter a video game type section. This video game is kind of like Rock Band or Guitar Hero. Riders press down on the button on the restraints when they see their color hit a circle at the bottom of the screen. After the game is done, riders get launched out into the ride course. The train rockets through one inversion and then proceeds to go through a couple of sharp bends while spinning. After this, the ride is done. This ride is unique because of its odd beginning and very cool layout. Number 7, Sequoia Adventure, an S&S Screamin' Squirrel located at Gardaland in Italy. This ride is so odd. Riders board the very small seats and proceed up the 98-foot tall lift hill. After this, the riders go through 3 elements. This element is called the saxophone inversion. The saxophone inversion is basically a drop that flips riders all of the way upside down. They are hanging underneath the track that they were just on until the train levels out again. This ride is unique because of the odd layout and crazy elements that can't be seen anywhere else. This ride probably has like the most hang time on any coaster ever. There is so much hang time on this ride. Some people don't like the ride, but I think I would personally like it, and I find it very odd and unique. Number 6, Ice Mountain Bobsled. The Ice Mountain Bobsled is located at Enchanted Forest in Oregon. This terrain-heavy coaster was originally an alpine slide. It was converted into a traditional coaster in 1985, according to RCDB. However, this ride is anything but traditional. This ride has covers over all of the cars. If you are taller on some of the drops, you might hit your head on the cover. This ride starts by going up a lift hill into a snowy mountain. The coaster proceeds to head down the mountainside. It flies through unbanked turns and rough dips in the track. This ride looks very, very intense for being quite small. This ride is unique because of its history and ride experience. Enjoying the video so far? Leave a like and hit the subscribe button. I post videos like this every 3 to 5 days, and if you like this video, you'll definitely like my others. Anyways, back to the video. Number 5, Dive Loop Ultra Twister. The Ultra Twister roller coasters are pretty common in Japan, but this one has to be the most unique. If you don't know, an Ultra Twister roller coaster, or a pipeline coaster, has the trains in the middle of the track instead of on top or underneath. This Ultra Twister roller coaster doesn't go backwards in the second half. Instead, it goes through a dive loop and heads into the second half facing forwards. To start the ride, riders go up a vertical lift hill and straight into a near vertical drop. Riders get thrown into an ejector airtime hill, followed by a very fast barrel roll. The coaster then goes into a dive loop, which looks pretty intense, followed Following this dive loop, there are 2 back-to-back barrel rolls that look extremely insane. This then leads it back to the station. This coaster is unique because of the odd layout. Number 4, Fiorano GT Challenge Racing Roller Coaster. This Mirage roller coaster, located at Ferrari World, is just weird. The layout consists of 4 launches, many unbanked turns, and insane length. This ride is also dueling. This ride is nothing I have ever seen. It reminds me of a wild mouse because of the turns. The ride is just launch, turn, 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 launch, turn. That's the best way I can describe it. This coaster is unique because of its layout and the insane length. This ride just has so many launches. Number 3, Drifting Coaster. This odd coaster is like a wild mouse. It has a very similar layout to a wild mouse, but the seats sway. This coaster is like a suspended coaster, but the seats are on top of the track instead of underneath. This coaster is said to be very intense, but some people don't enjoy it. Some people complain that the ride is jerky. However, this ride experience is insane, and no other coaster is like it. With each turn, the ride sways to the side. Sometimes, the car almost inverts. This coaster is unique because of the odd cars that sway. Number 2, Mirage Rosso. Mirage Rosso is made by Fabri and is located in Italy. It is an inverted coaster that only holds 3 people per car. This ride reminds me of an inverted Rainier Rush. This ride is only 29 miles per hour, but many complain that the ride is extremely rough. This coaster has sharp turns that are barely banked, and it also has a very odd helix near the beginning. Also, riders must cross their legs during the ride for safety reasons. This is the only coaster that requires people to cross their legs in the world. This coaster is unique because of the odd seats and layout. Number 1, Formula 1. Formula 1 is a roller coaster made by PAX. It has 8 trains, and it only holds 4 people per train. This coaster looks like something straight out of a fair. The ride is located at Parc St. Paul in France. The ride starts by heading up an insanely steep lift hill. It then jerks into a crazily sharp turn. After this, it goes down an insanely steep drop. It looks about like 60 degrees, and you get flung into that drop. It looks like it has a great ejector airtime. It then goes to a small airtime hill, which leads into a huge airtime hill. This is the weird part. After the mid-course, the ride goes into a straight section, but the straight section is banked. When the ride turns, the banking changes halfway through the turn, which almost makes the turn an outside banked turn. This ride also has a tilted mid-course brake run. The ride then goes into a series of insanely tight turns and ejector hills. This ride is just messed up. I wonder what the designers were thinking when making this. It looks like it has great airtime and intensity though. This coaster is unique because of the strange layout. That, in my opinion, is the most unique coaster in the world. That is it for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Comment below what you think the most unique coaster is. Roll outro.